Welcome back. LanceScurv here, the Scurv podcast. I'm your host. I think a lot of crazy thoughts. I think about the past, the present, the future. My mind is all over the place sometimes, but it's very focused when it's time to get down and focus on things. And one thing I thought about is the 40-hour work week. The 40-hour work week, why does it have to be 40 hours? Who made this system? Why is it so draining? I've worked various jobs in my life for many, many years. And you say 40 hours, but there's always overtime, so you have that option. The American system, I'm just going to say it, is a system that is there to drain you, to suck the life force out of you, and you'll never get where you have to go as far as any reasonable plans of retirement, plans of living a balanced life. I believe that you should live a life that feels like a vacation as opposed to waiting all year for 1 week or 2 weeks or more of a vacation while you suffer. And when you're at work, you're thinking about the vacation time. If you're on vacation and you choose to go out of the country or wherever you go, guess what? You're counting down for the time that it takes to go to work. Oh, I got 13 more days on vacation. Oh, I got 11 more days on vacation. Oh, I got 1 more week on vacation. What a travesty. There's got to be a different way. But you know, this system, from what I'm hearing, and I got to do more research, is that in 1926, something powerful was shaped into law and culture. The 40-hour work week became normal. It was sold as progress. It was presented as balance. But when you really look at it, you begin to see a different story. 40 hours a week keeps you alive, but too tired to think clearly. Isn't that the truth? It gives you just enough to survive, but not enough to build. It promises stability, yet it quietly drains your best years. When you break down the math, it becomes clear. 40 hours at work, 10 hours commuting, 56 hours sleeping, 14 hours for eating, showering, and basic survival. That's 120 hours gone. You're left with 48 hours, but you're exhausted. Saturday becomes recovery. Now, all of this is provided you work from Monday to Friday, so you twist it around depending on your schedule, right? Sunday becomes anxiety. The weekend is not freedom. It's preparation to go back and do it all over again. And Monday morning proves it. The alarm goes off. Your body is heavy. Your mind is tired. You count down 5 days until freedom. Yet when freedom arrives, you're too drained to enjoy it. The real cost of the 40-hour system is not just time. It's energy. It's mental clarity. It's creativity. It's hope. You want to start that business? You're too tired. You want to learn a new skill? Too tired. You want to build something of your own? Too tired. That's not random. When you have no energy left, you cannot think big. When your mind is foggy, you cannot plan your escape. When your body is worn down, you choose comfort over risk. The system gives you just enough money to survive. Rent, bills, food, insurance, gas, loans. The paycheck disappears almost as soon as it arrives. There's nothing left to invest in your own dream, nothing left to build something different. If you had extra money, you could invest. If you had extra time, you can organize. If you had extra energy, you could create. So you are kept in a careful balance, not broken, but not free. And then you're told to do this for 45 years. Trade your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s for a check. Then at 65, you can finally breathe. But by then, your back hurts, your knees ache, your energy is not the same. You're free, but your best physical years are gone. This is not just employment. It feels like control. And in actuality, slavery. Many people do not even realize how much stress they carry until it's gone. The Sunday scaries are real. That tight feeling in your chest late Sunday afternoon. That quiet dread when you think about the week ahead. You tell yourself, it's normal. Everyone feels this. This is just life. But what kind of life requires weekly anxiety just to function? The rush of Monday morning, the traffic, the tension, the forced smiles in meetings, the silent agreement with a boss when you know they are wrong, the careful way you talk so you do not lose your income. Over time, this shapes your personality. It teaches you to shrink. It teaches you to nod. It teaches you to trade truth for safety. Even your health feels it. Being in closed spaces with stressed people spreads sickness. Lack of sleep weakens your body. Constant pressure tightens your muscles. Some people do not realize how heavy the weight is until the day it lifts. And when it lifts, something surprising happens. When the alarm clock no longer controls you, mornings feel different. You wake up without panic. You drink your coffee slowly. You read longer. You think deeper. Time stretches instead of racing. Traffic loses its power over your mood. When you're not rushing to clock in, road rage fades. You can let someone merge in front of you without feeling attacked. Your heart beats slower. Your shoulders relax. Appointments become simple. You no longer cancel and reschedule because you're overwhelmed. You show up on time because you're not juggling survival. The stress that once felt normal disappears. You may not even have known how tense you were until it's gone. Sleep becomes easier. You can go to bed when you want, wake when you want, take a nap without guilt. Weekdays become peaceful. You can run errands on a Tuesday afternoon when stores are empty. Weekends become quiet, not crowded. Every day feels open. Even your identity shifts. You stop caring so much about what others think. You dress for comfort, not approval. You stop pretending to agree just to protect a paycheck. You stop rushing. You take your time. You do things well instead of fast. But here's the truth. You do not have to wait until 65 to taste that kind of life. The biggest lie is that freedom only comes after retirement. That's not true. Freedom begins when you learn to see beyond the cage. You can build income streams outside of your job. You can reduce expenses so your paycheck does not control you. You can relocate to places where your money stretches further. You can learn new skills that create value without asking for permission. It does take discipline. It takes vision. It takes sacrifice, but it does not take 45 years. The first step is awareness. When you realize that exhaustion is part of the design, you stop blaming yourself. You stop thinking you're lazy. You start asking better questions. How can I earn in ways that do not drain my life? How can I protect my energy? How can I build something that belongs to me? When you build even a small side income, your mindset changes. When you reduce your need for approval, your confidence grows. When you see options, fear loses power. The 40-hour work week only traps those who cannot see beyond it. Real freedom is not about doing nothing all day. It's about having control over your time. It's about choosing when to work, how to work, and for what purpose. It's about waking up without dread. It's about going to bed without anxiety. It's about doing nothing without guilt because your life is not built on fear. You do not have to reject work. You have to reject the idea that your only option is to trade your best years for survival. You can defeat the life-draining system long before retirement if you have the courage to see it clearly and the discipline to build something better. The trap only works when you believe it is the only way. Trust me, with lots of planning, discipline, and sacrifice, escaping the system can be done. Trust me, it's a big world out here. You don't have to suffer and feel like you're on a plantation as a slave on these jobs. They want you to think that way. They want you to think that there's nothing beyond you slaving away while somebody else benefits. That's the American system. Much love to you all. LanceScurv out. On to the next one. Peace.